Puzzles over there, puzzles there, puzzles there, puzzles there. Oh, there's puzzles everywhere. Yes, get ready for some puzzles in this game because this is Islands of Insight, and well, as the name of the game suggests, there are a bunch of islands, and each island consists of a well, consists is a big word for it. It's more each island have a lot of puzzles. These puzzles do range in different kinds of difficulty and what you need to do. And I'm gonna. Game is not released just yet. They have a playtest going on Steam right now. You can just go onto their Steam page, Islands of Insight, and just click on the request access, and you probably get in right away. And I have to say, I am enjoying the game. It's marketed as a puzzle exploration and like a calm, if, a calm experience, a relaxing experience, depending on how frustrated you get for doing puzzles, of course. Now, these puzzles do range in different kinds of difficulty and what you need to do, and also the the amount of like things you need to do, the amount of things you need to actually do. But it's very, so far it's very different, except for when you do the same puzzle. Well, not the same puzzle, but the same type of puzzle 4 times in a row, but in varying difficulties. That one was kind of fun, actually. It is, it is actually really fun to do these puzzles because there's puzzles everywhere, but also a very nice world. The world is open, so you can go anywhere, do whichever puzzle you want, and just keep on going. Just puzzle after puzzle after puzzle. But of course, if you like, you can just sit back, relax, look at the sky, and look at the world. It has some really nice textures to it, and the character you get to create is quite. It's a quite unique character creation because you create the character, the skin color, but also aura and like a weird glow that they have. It's a nice character creation. It's even a character creation is kind of relaxing because of the colors you get to, well, you can put on there. It doesn't have the best hairstyles or anything. It lacks a little bit there, but it's a playtest, so more could be added in the full game, of course. I didn't encounter any bugs. I had maybe the occasional frame drop, maybe nothing game breaking. I think I completed like basically every puzzle that I came across that I could complete except for one. There are different puzzles. The most basic one that you first get to encounter is the one where you need to basically fill this entire box with black or white little boxes. And maybe you just need to connect. First, maybe you need to connect all the black squares together, but you're not supposed to create this type of shape. Maybe a full square of 4 cubes. You know, those kinds of things, that kind of puzzle. So you can't create a square with black cubes, for example. So you need to put a white cube inside of there somewhere to stop that square from happening. There's also puzzles where you need to look in a certain angle through a certain amount of rings, but only the golden rings. You cannot look through the purple black rings because, well, that's not what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to find the exact angle where you can look through all the golden rings, but not the black and purple ones. And that one is kind of interesting. That's a new take on a puzzle. There's also these balls that are floating in the sky where you need to stand in a uh, correct place and then just sync them up to create a circle. This one is not too bad. I think they made it really well because my first thought when I saw the balls, didn't know what it was. But then but I also noticed that the balls became larger and larger. The first balls where you start standing are very small. So that's a good way of doing that puzzle, I think, because most people will be confused where am I supposed to stand. But just follow the balls until you reach. If you see the smaller balls, like they're smaller than a tennis ball, I would say, or about the same size of one. That's where you're supposed to stand. And then you just look in the right angle and then click on, and you're done. Most of these games are just left and right click, so there's no issue there. Some things aren't exactly puzzles as well. Some are more, well, you have the chase the ball thing, the spherical glowing ball thing. You run into it and then it starts moving away from you and just chase it down and there you go. Same thing with what was it? The invisible things. There are invisible gates and invisible cubes to find. So these aren't exactly puzzles, but they do require some exploration, and that is what I believe is the point of these things to find. Now, all of these things do count as a puzzle. So if you have a mission where you need to do puzzles, well, finding a invisible thing also count towards that. Something I discovered later right before the game actually kicked me out, it seems. I don't know, there might have been a server update. I noticed there are actually daily quests in the game, so that was a surprise. But sure, why not? I don't know, doesn't matter to me. Nice little thing. You do get XP, and when you get XP, you level up sooner or later. And then you have a skill tree actually, where you can spend coins, and these coins are earned by completing puzzles. Now, the skill tree seems to be very standard, nothing special really there. The first thing you get is a double jump. After that, there's sprint speed, I believe, and some more XP earned, more XP and coins earned from certain puzzles, and if you complete them perfectly without doing a reset or without requesting a hint or anything like that. Well, I'm not sure actually. You can request a hint on every puzzle. You can reset the puzzles, of course, because if you filled out the entire thing and then you just need to start over, you can do that. The puzzles where you need to place 3 in a row and make them disappear, that one will require you to start over a few times, I believe. I don't think I've completed any of those puzzles without having to restart at least once. But I feel like I'm actually getting better at many of these puzzles because of, well, I've been doing them several times now. And I never felt that oh, this is boring. It was just, okay, I need to stand here. Oh, done. Yes. When I completed a puzzle, no matter what kind of puzzle it was, I felt like oh yes, I did it. Now, some of these, of course, were easier, so it was like, oh, I did it. Good, moving on to the next. But I never felt like I was bored because of that. I never felt bored because I completed the puzzle. Well, I didn't. And the colors and the world, it really helps making it a pretty relaxing game. Even though I was sprinting between most of these locations. Oh, and I should also point out that the game also tells you this, but some puzzles can only be used or completed in first person, like these pillars where you need to stand at the exact spot where you can actually see all the pillars, and then you need to look at all the pillars and then you get it complete. Or the ones where I already mentioned with the balls that you need to complete a circle with. And there's also these kind of light pattern puzzles where you need to stand at the correct angle and position to line up the lines. This is a pretty standard puzzle that we've seen in many other games. So many of these puzzles aren't new exactly, but I haven't discovered all the puzzles, and I'm sure that not all the types of puzzles are in the game, because this is just a playtest. We don't have access to the full game, of course. I'm not sure how much is open, but the island, the second island, is pretty large. And there's a lot to discover. There are puzzles hidden basically everywhere. I'm not sure how exactly the puzzles are work because I think I read something about them being, what was the word? Procedurally generated, or they not procedure, they respawned or something. I don't know. Maybe some puzzles are removed and then new appears. I don't know. Um, it's definitely an interesting game, and I'm looking very much forward to the full game later on. But for now, I'm gonna try out the playtest and get as much done as I can. There's just I have so many games to play, but I'll try to get them out. I mean, I'm free the weekend, so yeah, I can just jump in and play and play. Hopefully, unless something else comes up. I might as well also mention that this is there are cosmetic items. So as for the price of the game and if it will free to play, I don't know. I don't think it will be free to play. I don't think so, but that we will have to see. It doesn't say it will be free to play, so that's something. But I'm oh, and check out the trailers because then you will see some other features that I haven't mentioned. I'm in Swipper92, have a great life, and hope to in future videos. Check out in Islands of Insight. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you can play this with friends because it is multiplayer on servers. You'll see a bunch of other players running around. There's a chat and there's emotes, of course. Bye bye.